much fat do you need to eat in a day? Oh my gosh, Huckaboo, great question. I get this all the time. So if you're wondering this, stick around because this video is for you. Hey guys, carnivore coach Michelle here. I've been a fitness expert for over 35 years and I am a carnivore coach. All right, let's kind of break this down because I think this is where people get very confused. And the reason why I say that is because all of a sudden I'm seeing these videos that say I'm now doing full fat carnivore. There is no such thing. If you were doing carnivore properly, you were already getting enough fat. So let's break down what fat looks like. First and foremost, we don't do the 50% protein, 30% carbs, 20% fat anymore. We no longer count calories. We don't do that at all on carnivore, okay? So you'll hear somebody say you want to make sure you're in an 80 to 20 ratio or a 70 to 30 ratio. What does that mean? That means that your meals are no longer driven by lean meats. You want fattier cuts of meat. The fattier, the better. So basically you want a high fat content in the meats that you choose. And when I say meats, I mean any type of meat along with seafood. Okay, so how do you know the difference? Number one, when you look at your steaks, you want more marbling. Okay, the more marbling, the higher fat content. That's why you see a lot of ribeyes on these videos because it's a 74% ratio of fat. They are a superfood. FYI, a chuck roast or cutting it into a chuck steak is a poor man's version of a ribeye. So it's a win-win, right? Number two, when it comes to fishes, stay away from the white fishes. That means it's super lean. You want color. So the more color in the fish, the higher the fat. Shrimp is a super awesome energy bomb, I call it, right? Ahi tuna steak, salmon, the list goes on. Now, stay away from chicken breasts. There is absolutely no fat in chicken breasts. So if you're following those carnivore pizzas, don't be using the chicken. I mean, you can if you want, but you're better off using like pork rinds as the crust or even ground beef. I'm talking about ground beef. Stay away from anything above 85 UT. To me, that is like the leanest I will ever buy. I usually stay between 80-20 or 73-27. Now let's talk about adding fat on top of your food, okay? You will be cooking in animal fat only. That is butter, that is beef tallow, that is rendered duck fat, that is your beef trimmings if you use the leftover of the meat when you cook it. I am having a brain fart right now, but that's okay. You know where I'm going, right? And then eggs. The reason why you see eggs all the time is because they are a superfood. They are highly yoked in protein and fats. So when you are eating your foods, you're going to be adding butter to it. You can eat butter if you want. I've talked about it before, not my thing, but if that's your thing, go for it. That is, listen, here's how you tell if your fat's too low. Your energy sucks, okay? You're constipated, and you still have brain fog. The more fat that you bring in, the more fat that you're going to lose. Now, how do you know if your fat's too high? Sometimes you have to work up to it. In the beginning, if you are peeing out your butt for an extended period of time, it means you need to kind of bring the fats down. Now, I would not change the meats that you're picking, like use that as your fat source, but if you're adding more fat or cooking in bacon grease, and that's too much for your system in the beginning, back away from adding the extra fat. But guys, the bottom line is, the more fat you eat and bring in, the more energy you're going to have because your energy source is now coming from fats, okay? The more fat you bring in, the more happier your body is, then it's going to start going into those fat reserves and attacking those fat reserves, and that's why you start shrinking, okay? I hope that helps. Follow me for more tips and tricks, and I'll talk to you later.